John Bush here, Executive Director of Texans for Accountable Government, and I'd like to announce that our first annual Guns for Cash APD counter program, countering their guns for groceries, was a great success. We've collected over a dozen firearms, and rather than destroying them like the Austin Police Department plans to do, we want to put them in the hands of peaceful, law-abiding citizens who are in need of firearms, who potentially can't afford them themselves. We're going to make sure we put them in the hands of people that can lawfully own firearms. And again, Austin Police Department's here to destroy them. We want to send a message to the community that there's nothing safer, there's no better way to keep your community safe. There's no better way to keep your community safe than to put firearms in the hands of law-abiding citizens, and we intend to do just that. So we're here with the local crew. A lot of others showed up. You know, there's a market going on now. Private firearms purchasers are here to purchase the firearms as well. We're also here with Andrew Clement, Stephen Sheftal, Heather Fazio, all tag activists, local Austin activists. I'm going to let Andrew say a couple words here. He actually open carried an AR-15 to exercise his Second Amendment right here in the state of Texas, and he's got some great things to say too.
Hey, Andrew Clements, Firearms Director, Texans for Accountable Government. We're here countering APD's efforts to disarm the public. It makes about as much sense as turning your beer to reduce DWI. Rather silly, isn't it, people? But yes, I did open carry an AR today, completely legal, and people should look at that as normal for what it is. It's your right, just like speaking and worshiping.
We're here again to send the message to the community that firearms in the hands of law-abiding citizens, peaceful citizens, that's the best way to keep your community safe. We're hoping to demonstrate that the private purchase of firearms is simple and lawful, and we're hoping to get people involved in the community. Some of the firearms that we give to these peaceful citizens, we're going to do that in exchange for them committing to do volunteer community philanthropy. So we think it's a wonderful cause. We want everybody not to be afraid to stand up and exercise your rights, because of course if we don't exercise our rights, they're going to go away. So this is Texans for Accountable Government here in Austin. This is the Guns for Cash counter to the APD Guns for Groceries, and we want to thank you for checking it out. Enjoy the footage.
Freedom!
Compete with Austin Police Department to outbid them. We're giving $110 cash for pistols, rifles, shotguns, $220 cash for sporting rifles. We intend to take those firearms and put them in the hands of peaceful, law-abiding citizens who are in need of firearms to protect their families and community but can't afford them. We may even exchange those rifles and firearms for community service hours. The goal is to send a message to the public that the best way to keep our communities and our families safe is to put firearms in the hands of law-abiding citizens. The groceries are going to go bad in a week, and the firearm will be there to protect you and your family and your community for your entire life.
Okay.
What do you say to APD who says that less guns on the street mean less crime?
Well, studies and statistics from all across the country, they show that whenever peaceful, law-abiding citizens are armed, crime goes down dramatically. This is demonstrated by cities and states that have concealed carry licenses as well. If somebody wants to learn more about that, they can check out a great book by John Lott. It's called More Guns, Less Crime, and he just...
The people who turned in guns were in general older and did not use their guns very frequently.
I never used it here in Austin at all.
You just kind of had it, and
We just had it because we inherited, and we were just waiting to trade it in or get rid
Yes,
of it.
handgun.
and
yeah.
did you use it?
Oh, never even
Why
fired.
did you bring those guns in today?
I was not going to use them anymore. They were just collecting dust in the closet.
So you had used them in the past,
Oh yeah, I used to hunt when I lived in Virginia, but I haven't used them in over 25 years.
and do you have any other guns at home?
Yes, I do.
Does Austin Police Department really believe that they're reducing crime by buying guns from these people?
Like thugs and gangsters aren't coming in and turning in their guns. It seems to be just a lot of grandpas and grandmas and stuff. So, how does that, I guess, help?
Well, what we're preventing is people that have weapons in their home. It could be possible that their home could be burglarized and that weapon could get into the arms of a criminal.
Is Austin Police Department justifying this program by assuming a future crime might occur? And if these people are going to have their homes burglarized, wouldn't they be safer if they did retain their firearms so that they could protect their homes and their families?
What is the process after you collect your guns? Are they melted down, as I understand?
Once we receive the weapons, they're all processed for evidentiary value. They're checked for stolen. They're run through ballistics to see if they were stolen or they were used in a crime. If they
What we didn't talk about is the cost of this to the taxpayers. Each gun that they collected, before they destroy it, they're going to analyze it forensically to see if it was used in a crime. Now, who's paying for that? Well, the citizens of Austin are paying for that. What is the cost of doing that, to analyze the guns for forensics and running through that database?
I don't know what that cost is. It's our staff that's normally there anyways, being paid on city's salary, so it's just part of the course of their regular duties. As far as the destruction of the weapon, that procedure is provided to the city for free through a recycling company, so there's no cost associated with the destruction.
So taxpayer dollars are used to analyze the weapons once they've been collected?
The weapons are analyzed through the Austin Police Department evidence section.
And also, who's paying for all these police officers? You got 2 just right here. There's probably another 15 back there. All of them are on duty right now. They could be out patrolling, stopping crime, or maybe this is supposed to be their day off. But instead, they're here working on the taxpayer dollar. So one thing that's important to remember is that even though the guns are being purchased by a nonprofit foundation and being destroyed for free, there is a cost to the citizens of Austin to running this operation. Chief, how many officers are here today?
I don't know. I have no idea. But you know what?
Are the police salaries, are those paid for the foundation, or is the city paying police salaries for this event?
Police salaries are paid by the people of the city, who I'm sure the vast majority, as you can see from this turnout, support this effort.
Actually, Chief, there were many Austin citizens who disagreed with the Guns for Groceries program.
I don't think they belong peddling the guns in the church. If they wanted to do this, they could do it at the police department. But I'm disappointed that the police department thinks that
We got a private market opened up.
gun ownership is bad enough to where they have to buy them back from individuals.
I just want to let people know you never give away your rights. Disarming yourself never achieves anything. Any dictatorship in history always started with disarming the people.
We don't agree with the Guns for Groceries program because they're going to destroy most of the firearms. The firearms that we purchase, we're going to put them in the hands of activists, of Austinites and Texans who are in need of firearms to protect their families, but they cannot afford them. We're going to
And it's funny because all the liberals want to recycle everything, but they don't want to recycle guns. So, which is amazing to me. You can see this sign. People are actually driving in to trade their guns for Pop-Tarts, for grocery vouchers when they could get cash. I thought this country was having some kind of economic problems and people needed money. So to recycle these guns and to put them back into the hands of these liberty tools, as they're called, and put them back into the hands of Americans to protect themselves is really the function of liberty, rather than taking them all off the streets and legislating the guns out of Americans' hands so that the police have to protect them or the government has to protect them. So
I'm 30 years military, Air Force, Army, and National Guard. I'm a retired first sergeant. And eyes on when I see our government coercing people into giving up their guns, becoming unarmed, giving away their strength for a little piece of bread.
To show that there's an alternative to the police's buy guns and destroy them project, because you know there's no point in destroying perfectly good property that can be given to good people. And I support the Second Amendment. It's the law of the land, and it should be upheld by the police.
Why did you decide to sell to Texans for Accountable Government rather than to the
Austin Police Department? It's called
exactly.
It's called Cash.
Medical
I
bills?
had a triple bypass, and I 2 weeks later had surgery for 2 tumors removed, and his one medicine is $50. So, honey, this will pay for it till payday.
Surprising, about 90% of the people that we've spoken to, their firearms have been inoperable. They've been non-functional. So Austin Police Department is trying to reduce crime. Well, it's kind of counterintuitive that the people turning in firearms, they're non-functional. You can't...
This gentleman is president of the organization that raised the money to purchase the firearms, though he was reluctant to answer my questions. Can you talk about the quality of guns that you say?
Thank you.
I'm impressed too. I don't get the same courtesy as Fox News.
Huh?
I don't get the same courtesy as Fox News.
We're not a government organization.
I guess this gentleman thought that my questions were a threat to his program. And apparently he also can't park within the lines. I'm wondering why he didn't get ticketed with all those police officers there. Perhaps if they ticketed him, that would have helped pay their salaries for the day. Paid for the foundation, or is the city paying police salaries for this event?
Police salaries are paid by the people of the city, who I'm sure the vast majority, as you can see from this turnout, support this effort. Bye, John.
Can I ask you one more question?
No, I'm done.
Officer, I guess the police didn't want to answer any more questions about what the Guns for Groceries program was really costing the citizens of Austin. These guns could be distributed to poor families in Austin so that they could better protect their homes and their families, but instead, the Austin Police Department is choosing to destroy them.
We were out here today saving the lives of perfectly useful firearms. These firearms should not be destroyed. They should be in the hands of peaceful, law-abiding citizens who will use them to keep their families and their communities safe. We have several bolt-action 22s, a few shotguns. All of them are fully operational, which were set to be destroyed. And here in this bag, you will find the pistols that were purchased. All operational and working order. And we are going to ensure that these firearms, rather than being destroyed, will be put in the hands of law-abiding citizens who lawfully are able to own firearms. And we're going to put them in the hands of people that can't afford firearms right now. It's tough economic times, and there's no better time to be armed than right now. So we want to get these firearms, transfer them over to peaceful, law-abiding citizens who don't have the ability to defend themselves because they might be economically disadvantaged. And we're going to ensure that they are non-criminals, non-felons, 18 or over, not going to use it for unlawful purposes. And we are going to arm them because, as studies have shown all across the country, the best way to keep a community and your family safe is to put a firearm in the hands of peaceful, law-abiding citizens.